Hi, hello, namaskara. I'm Srinidhi, and you're listening to the 15th episode of UVC Chronicles. Over the last 14 episodes, we have had alumni from various different fields who have achieved a lot in their life. Probably you have heard so many stories of their life and times in UVC. Now, this episode is going to be quite different from what we have been hearing till now. This episode will be more like an editor's note, and should not mention this fact that this is going to be the final episode for this season. So without further ado, we have Adrian, we have Vakesan, we have Ryan and Varsha with us today. So I welcome you all. So really glad that we are finally doing this. So Adrian, over to you.
You know what, Srinidhi? What makes this episode really special is, of course, that it's the conclusion of season 1. More so, this is our first ever offline podcast recording.
All thanks to Satishana, who came up with this brilliant idea of, approaching alumni and making them talk about how their days were in UVC and what they're doing today, etc. So it was his idea, and then we took the initiative and created a Spotify account to upload podcasts. His was the first episode, in fact, and I remember reading out my script from, a typed out thing where I said, hello, welcome to the first episode and everything. And now we are all here freestyling this episode like we are so, we're so used to it. So yeah. Apart from that, I think, we just, looked up a lot about how to get started with a podcast. We started writing our own descriptions for each podcast. We made podcast covers and everything. And this is where we are now. But if we have to talk about people who joined the team a little later, Ryan, do you have anything else to add?
Yep. So, being the newest addition to the hosts of UVC Chronicles, my interest in hosting actually started off a year ago when the first episode was released. So I actually reached out to the team and wanted to host. The main reason being that was the time I had actually joined LinkedIn, and I used to see these great people. When I checked out their profiles, I found out that these were from UVC, and that time I felt the need that my classmates and all my friends needed to know about these great people who've achieved a lot and who can actually serve as a source of motivation and inspiration for us. So the urge to actually join UVC Chronicles was on from the first.
Yeah, that's just one side of it. So Ryan, being our latest host, he has done around 2 to 3 episodes.
Well, editing has always been fun, and me, Vake, and sometimes Adrian, we have sat together for hours actually editing few episodes. So yes, that's it about editing.
That's not all. Sometimes us editors also get to listen to things that the audience don't. Like there's so much extra information that it's just so wholesome listening to our alumni speaking to us and giving us all the information and them just being so available to help us. That's just so nice. That is something that's really nice about UVC alumni in general. Adrian, looks like you have something to say.
I think over the course of time that I've been involved with Chronicles, there's each episode, there's always something unique. You get to experience things, or sometimes you always have to expect the unexpected. Like when I was hosting my episode with Mr. Arvind Bhatt, who's of course now an internationally recognized badminton player and coach, I just put out a very generic question. It was not even part of the questions I was supposed to ask. I just put it out there. I asked him, how do you deal with the lows in life? We always see sports persons portrayed in their highest points, but you never get to see the other side. And I expected a very generic answer, something about motivation. But then that was not what I received. Mr. Arvind was very courageous enough to open up about the fact that he'd been involved in a life-threatening accident where he almost lost his life, and the painful journey that he took to recover from it. So the thing is, be it hosts or editors or the guests, we are involved from beginning till the end. It's not just that the hosts record a podcast and then that's about it. The host and guests, everyone are involved from beginning till the publishing, of course, offering their suggestions. So I heard that Varsha, I heard that you had a debate. Please tell us more about this.
Well, it wasn't so much a debate as much as a healthy discussion. It was about gender equality in my 4th episode it was with Mr. Shrikant, who talked about, I think we recorded it as a dedication to Women's Day. and he was talking about women leaders, and he mentioned how it's not women leaders, it is just leaders who happen to be women. And that was a very fresh perspective to hear, and that was really nice. Even Group Captain Chandrasekhar, for that sake, was very accommodating when there was network issues and everything. And yeah, I think this is most of our alumni. And
The editors are never going to forget that crying baby in the background.
I have to agree on that. Ryan, do you have anything to add?
Yep. When it came to my latest episode with Dr. Anand Ram, so he had a technical issue in which he could not join on the preferred platform. So everything had to be done on call, which was quite intimidating for me. Yep. So at first so I knew that my mic was a little sensitive and could take catch breath sounds and all. So I had to hold my breath for the entire time the guest was speaking. But then I soon got lost with the knowledge that he was giving, and then it was very natural. So yeah.
Looks like you're not the only one. Oh, sorry. I mean, your mic's not the only thing that's sensitive here. Yeah, but going off of such fun experiences, like it reminds me of my episode with Mr. Harsh Shedbarkar, who's currently working in Intel. I just like after we were done recording, and he asked me if I had any other questions for him. I just randomly asked him what he thinks about the semiconductor shortage in the world, and he went on to give a very insightful journey as to like why we are where we are because of the whole lockdown and all the current situation around the world. And just for fun, I also asked him about Intel and AMD and who he thinks will be the market leader in a few days, to which he said it's a trade secret and he won't let us know. And gotta respect his NDAs, I guess. So yeah, those are like really fun, and yeah, those are the things that we very much enjoy like listening to and all that. So yeah, that brings us to our next part.
No, that brings us to the best part of it all, the ending of each episode. I'm pretty sure every alumnus, all of us have experienced this. Every alumnus ends it with, if you or any of your classmates, anybody in the whole college needs any help, feel free to reach out. And they're always so available. In fact, some of us have even gone back to the guests and asked for help. So yeah, I think that's really wholesome.
And of course, that's not all. Even the whole experience of recording an online podcast is, of course, a new experience to most of the alums, and we do appreciate the effort they put in to put up with our recording, all the specifications we require them to meet. So a huge thank you to all the alums who have supported us. Of course, UVC Chronicles is a very new entity. It's just a year old, and we're always open to feedback, suggestions. Please do reach out and tell us what you loved about the episodes. And if you do want to be part of the team, would like to probably record an episode or as a guest on our podcast, do feel free to reach out to us. Varsha, how does one reach out to the Chronicles team?
They could always text any of us. We're always available on Instagram, WhatsApp, anything. They could text Vision UVC on Instagram, and again, we will always reply on time. If not any of that, they could always send an email to us. The details will be mentioned in this description of this episode. So yeah, it's as easy as just asking us how to be a part.
So yeah, if you're interested in talking to our alumni and you're good with your voice, and I mean, you don't have to be that great either. Like with practice, you do get better. And if you're like, we're also looking for editors. So if you're good at like editing audio clips and designing posters, we are definitely interested, and we're definitely open to give you the opportunities. So yeah, Srinidhi.
So yeah, that brings to the end of this episode. Well, this is the 15th episode, and the past 14 episodes, I must say, have been really good. So I hope you all enjoy this episode also. So yeah, I guess this brings to the end of the podcast.
Not the podcast, this episode, dude.
Just say.
So yeah, that will be. So this will be the current Chronicles team signing off with the end of season 1. We'll be back with the new team for season 2. So yeah, look out for us. We'll be back in a few months. No, I'm sorry, not a few months. We'll be back next month with the new team and with much more episodes for you guys to listen to. in such a weather.
And season 2 is coming soon.
Wow, what is that?